As a fan of Sucker Punch ever since the Sly Cooper days, Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time. So when PlayStation announced its spiritual sequel, Ghost of Yotei, I was both hyped and concerned. After all, how do you improve on perfection? Yotei, in my opinion, is the definition of a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of sequel. And for the most part, it is better than Tsushima in all but one area.
Who are you?
Bugs. In my 70-hour playthrough, which is available on my YouTube channel, Yotei is for the better part a flawless experience with some minor bugs, none of which soft lock the progression. Mostly things like audio cutting in and out and certain enemies respawning even though they should be dead. But the game has since received multiple patches, so most of these bugs are gone now. My only real issue, and I don't know if this is a bug or just bad optimized, but the timing of dodging in this game really suffers from input lag, making some sections dreadful to play. Visuals and audio. For me, Tsushima is a standard for making a beautiful and engaging open world game, and somehow Yotei is better. Thanks to the power of the PS5, the biomes are lush and filled to the brim with foliage, alongside more animals, making the environment feel alive, and you know the open world is good when you refuse to fast travel. Honestly, there were several moments where I thought I would never finish this game because I spent so much time in fun mode, and it wouldn't be complete without the stellar Wild Western Samurai soundtrack.
Clan Sugaru!
That matches perfectly with the boss fights and how immersive it feels in your headphones and DualSense controller.
Mercy, please!
Combat. If you ever have played Tsushima, the gameplay will be familiar, with new additions such as guns and new weapons. This time, instead of stances, Atsu has 5 different weapons: katana, dual katanas, yari, odachi, kusarigama. They're essentially the same as stances, let's be real here. The combat follows the same pattern as its prequel: slash away at the enemy's defense before killing them off with quick light attacks, use weapons like rock, paper, and scissors. So dual katanas are better against Yari, Yari are best against Kusarigama, which then is best against shields. You get the point here. Having played the game in hard mode, the enemy AI is much more brutal as they attack in groups and constantly change their weapons all the time. You have to be quick on your feet and otherwise you're dead. As for Takiso the Unrivaled, the hardest optional boss in this game, maybe it's just a controversial take, but I generally don't think he's the hardest boss. As for me, it's Lord Saito, as you wouldn't believe how close I was turning down difficulty mode and throw my controller out the window, but my pride wouldn't let me. Side activities. Like any open world game, it wouldn't be an open world game without some kind of side activities. You have returning ones like the bamboo strikes, foxes, hot springs, shrines, and bounties. But then we have new ones like the Sumie, which replaces the haiku from Tsushima, Senji Hajiki, a board game, may have to hit coins without hitting more than one at a time, wolf dance, and more. What I noticed, even though there were less side activities, almost each one of them had a unique twist to keep engaging, whereas looking back at Tsushima, it became repetitive after a while. If it wasn't for the beautiful vistas that kept me away from the main story, it was the side activities that took all of my time. And if I had to choose my favorites, it would be the Senji Hajiki and the Fox Dance, because who wouldn't refuse to pet a fox? Story. You play as Atsu, a mercenary who has returned home to the land of Esso, otherwise known as Hokkaido, to hunt down and kill the Yoti Six for killing her family. A typical revenge story. The story is in one area Tsushima is leagues ahead of Yotei. Even 5 years later, I can still remember many of the impactful moments within the story, whereas Arthur's Revenge plot lacks the set pieces and lack of memorable side characters that makes Arthur's journey pale in comparison to Jane's. I get the feeling there was supposed to be more story missions, as the game definitely needed another 2 to 3 hours of cutscenes to flesh out the story. And then being able to switch between the past and present looked cool on paper, but the end result was disappointing. I wish we got to see more of Atsu's past as a kid and what she did in 16 years she was away, as I explored World of Yasuo, but who knows? We might get a DLC for that. Same with the wolf. Why promote the wolf as if it plays an integral part to the main story when it doesn't? I wish the wolf had more involvement with the main story instead of being locked behind the wolf's dance side quests. Overall, the 5 year wait for Ghost of Yotei was well worth it, despite the wait and the disappointing story. The combat has improved immensely, the graphics are awe-inspiring, and completed with a stellar soundtrack. Ghost of Yotei is a must-play for PlayStation fans and needs to be in your collection of PlayStation 5 exclusives. With the Legends mode coming up next year, and most likely a PC port as well, Yotei will become even better than what already is. Have you played Yotei? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.